Hello, and welcome to another episode of No Small Roles, a D&D podcast where there are no small roles, and splitting the party is always a good idea.
Always!
It's a great plan.
Every time.
It went well.
Yeah.
Every time.
I'm David Knight, your Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by half of my players heading this way and half of them heading that way, so say hi, everyone.
Left.
Hi.
Juna Septhorn.
I mean, it's all down to Juna just being like, nope, I'm going this way.
It's not me, it's Juna. I can't help what she does. I have no control over her.
Yeah. She's got free will.
That's exactly how D&D works.
No choice too bold.
Is everyone ready to end this?
Oh my gosh.
What?
The
Are
end.
you going to end us? What?
Well, not you, hopefully, just this whole situation.
Hopefully not.
We can never be sure anymore, baby David, after last time.
Well, I know. Well, let's cue the theme tune.
Prepare your party of players and polyhedral dice. Your tragic backstory better be worth the sacrifice. Seize your sheets and D20. Let's play D&D. Your haggard character swaggers with daggers in each hand. You've all discussed what you must, but even better laid plans. Take a turn when checks are missed.
Roll initiative. Brandish your blades. Don't fail your saves. No risk too great, no choice to roll. This is your story. No guts, no glory. Confront your fate with every roll. Every
rises inside, one who will pay the price. Their chance of success will rest upon the dice. No risk too great, no choice too bold.
This is No Small Roles.
So, racing back to Tillisham, you passed the northern side of the shrouded chapel where you met Reverend Noeth Ritollin, who was sanctifying the cemetery against undead after some bodies had gone missing. Juna confirmed with a pair of ravens that the bodies had been taken, and you all surmised that the Vondelle's housekeeper, Dahlia, was the culprit. So heading to the Vondelle estate, you found a crowd with pitchforks and torches and learned from Iris and Jenny that the townsfolk were angrily aware of the thieving, kidnapping and attempted murder that the Vondelles had been committing with the help of the captain of the guard. After tying Bessie up beside the shrouded chapel, you snuck into the estate over your favourite wall but found the place cleared out, with all of the possessions of the family assumedly moved down beneath the Folly. Whilst looking around Trimp's room, Gwendellyn spotted movement in the trees of the Lockholt Wood and a burst of arcane energy outside the Hunter's Lodge. Juna quickly messaged Iris, warning him to move the crowd into the guardhouse and to safety. Then you all ran downstairs to see Dahlia escaping her undead family. Her attempt to resurrect them had failed, but you all sprung to action to rescue her. With a little suggestion from Gaius, Dahlia passed you the key to the homeward door. Orryn scooped up Krau's Book of Necromancy, and using the key, you passed through into the storage room of the bunker. Unsure whether Dahlia was still under Gaius's influence, you sent her onward, hoping she would distract anyone in your path. At a sign of freedom, however, she bolted, with Gwendellyn and Enkidu in pursuit. Hoping to secure a plan B, Juna ran in the opposite direction.
Oh, that's what Juna was doing. Oh,
with Orryn close behind. But you found yourselves stuck in a corridor with Juzana and Oskin to one side and Trimpt riding his stallion in an underground open field to the other. Enkidu took a gamble and teleported to catch Dahlia, and as he grappled hold of her, she let out a scream, and that's where we're at. So, Enkidu, you are grabbing at Dahlia. Can you make a strength check?
It's a 12.
That's good. She only got a 2. So you managed to grab hold of her as you misty step out, like swirling mist around you. You appear next to her, bear hug her, and she's screaming. Gwendellyn, you're the other end of the little wine cellar brewery room.
I used a key point to Step of the Wind to get over there.
Basically, as quickly as it takes Enkidu to teleport, you've rushed across the room and are there as well. What are you two doing?
I'm trying to clasp my hand over her mouth to stop her from screaming.
Cool.
I'm reaching into my Dungeoneer's pack to find some rope.
Gwendolyn, can you make a strength check as well, but with advantage?
That's just a 15.
A 15.
I mean, just a 15.
Just a
15's
15 is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and especially
If you
when,
sell
like,
it in a really positive way, then David
a
will
deal,
will
David.
let you get whatever you want.
Sorry, but this NPC stat says 32. So
Yeah, no, even though she's like thrashing about a little bit, you just manage to grab her head and like cover her mouth. So the screaming is mostly muffled. Enkidu, yeah, as you're sort of like with one arm around her, like your other arm is like trying to rummage through your bag to find some rope. And you do pull some out.
Shh, Dahlia, don't. We're trying to help.
to think we gave you a second bloody chance. No. Time for talking's done.
Gwendolyn lets a little bit of her mouth free to listen.
She screams again.
Okay, she covers it again.
I'm going to take one of my knives. I'm going to cut off some fabric from her. Is she wearing a jacket or something?
Yeah, she's actually in like dressed down housekeeper clothes. So she's got a fairly posh shirt on. She's in trousers.
I'm going to take a length from her sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn it into like a gag and stuff her mouth and tie it around the back of her neck.
Make
And
a...
I'm helping keep her pinned down the whole time.
Yeah. Between the two of you, like if you put her down onto the floor, it's going to be much easier to achieve that.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn's basically sat on top of her whilst Enkidu, you strip her sleeve, gag it into her mouth.
Can we hear any noises coming? Can we hear the sound of footsteps running towards us?
Yeah, make a quick perception check.
15.
You have a brief moment to listen because she'd actually reached the door at the other end of the brewery. From the other side, you can almost hear like a piece of machinery moving, but nothing else.
Is the door open or closed?
Closed still.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand. Is it close or far?
Oh, you're basically right next to it. You could reach it.
All right, cool. I'm going to open it just a crack with my devil's sight if it's dark. I'm going to see if I can see beyond it.
No, there's a light on inside. Like I say, the door's not locked or anything, so you sort of push it open a little bit. Light from the workshop. You get the smell of like sawdust and things come through from the room. And the noise of the machinery, it sounds a little bit louder. It almost sounds like a grinding stone.
Hopefully, the sound of this workshop has drowned you out, Dahlia. Dahlia, you have to be quiet. We won't hurt you as long as you keep quiet. I'm not falling for that again. I'm not falling for that again. Enkidu, what are we going to do with her? We need to put her somewhere where she won't get hurt, but also where she's not going to be trouble to us.
I'm going to look around and find the corner, like put her over there and just move some barrels in front of her so it's not immediately obvious to whoever enters the room.
I'm really sorry about this, Dahlia. I honestly, I didn't want to have to do this. I thought you were helping us.
Obviously, I don't think the same. Fuck you very much. I'll take my bow and arrows back.
Can we at least try and be civil whilst we tie up this lady?
No, we've already tackled her to the ground and stuffed the gag in her mouth. That's
Still have
past.
some sort of respect for each other.
She's going to get us killed the nicer we are to her. We gave her a chance. She blew it. Let's move on and get this over with.
Well, I sometimes think that people need more chances than just one, but okay, let's put her in the corner.
She's going to get us...
Just
You're doing it. Okay, let's go.
Let's put her in the corner. Let's and like Gwendolyn tries to find like the softest like thing to like kind of put Dahlia on it. Make sure. I'm very sorry about this, Dahlia, but I'm just going to pad you down just to check if you've got any magical items or any sharp objects. So I'm going to pad her down and confiscate anything that would not be useful.
So sure. So you can move her into
not
a
useful,
corner. There's
useful to her, but yeah.
There's quite a lot of like bags of like yeast and wheat and stuff ready for brewing. So you do like manage to like lay some of those down, put her on top of it, move some barrels about so she's hidden. Can you make a quick investigation check to like search her pockets?
Mm-hmm. Gwen and Enkidu doing this is one of my favourite things that has ever happened.
I feel like I've fallen into like a sitcom or something.
It's brilliant.
That's a 6 for investigation.
6. No, she doesn't have anything on her. You get the impression that, like, obviously because she had the key and the book, like she'd essentially just stepped out of the bunker to do that and then like come back. So she didn't take anything else with her.
I hope you'll be comfortable, even though you probably don't deserve to be comfortable. Where are the others gone?
So whilst that's all happening there, Juna and Orryn, you've walked out into a corridor, Trimpt on his horse in a field to your left, Jazana and Oskin in a sitting room to your right. Gaius, you're back in the storeroom, so you can just see roughly that they've gone through that way as well.
Oh, God.
So yeah, Juna, Orryn, what are you doing?
I am going to start. I'm not taking any chances, and I'm going to cast Charm Person on Trimpt.
Amazing. What does he have to
Wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, well. Natural 1.
Yes! I knew that was going to go like really high or really low, and I was really scared.
Like seeing you both, he starts galloping towards you, and with him like charging towards you, Juna grabs Oskin and starts running through another door, just out of your view. But then Juna, you start casting Charm Person. How does that look?
She's going to try and be subtle, but she can't be completely subtle. So I think it's going to be like whirling of her staff above her head and putting it down on the floor, which she's kind of like trying to pass off as a bit of a like, hey, Trimpt wave. Yeah.
As you so do that, he sort of like pulls back on the reins quite a lot, so that by the time he's like reached you, it's just like a gentle trot over, and he stops and he's like, didn't expect to see you here.
It's all kicking off outside, isn't it, Trimpt? Thank goodness you guys had us in here, isn't it? I am so grateful. It's very kind of you, Trimpt.
Oh, I didn't think you were on the guest list, so to speak.
Yeah, well, we're here. How else would we have got in, Trimpt?
I mean, I don't know, Juna. If you could tell me, that would be wonderful.
Well, they just let Dahlia let us in. She said we were on the list, yeah.
Oh, which probably shouldn't have done, but oh well.
Oh, well. Now, Trimpt. I haven't planned fast here. Where have Oskin and Jasana gone? Can we see them?
Yeah, so I have a question about that.
Yeah.
I believe Gwen mentioned to us something about an alarm stone in the sitting room.
Mm-hmm.
And they are in the sitting room.
Oh,
so
shit.
the moment that we've come in, Oskin would... Oskin. That's not my name. Orryn would like to be trying to suss if they've got that or what's going on.
And the answer to that is yes, they have activated the alarm, because as you're sort of like edging down towards that way, suddenly all of the lights throughout the entire bunker turn red.
Cool. Great. Didn't need to roll for that. Excellent.
Now, Trimpt.
Oh, I think we've got some intruders, Juna.
I think we have as well. Maybe.
We should help you.
Well, it's probably you. Is it not you?
No. Of course it's not us.
Well, like I say, you weren't necessarily on, and if Jasana there's gone and activated the alarm, that's probably it's seeing you two.
If I'm being honest with you, I don't think Jasana ever took a liking to me, because this is not the first time that she's been a bit funny with me.
Let's be honest, Juna. You did give her a fake name, didn't you?
I do that all the time. You don't know. Juna is my real name anyway.
That's a very good point.
Just one of my quirks. Trimpt. We all have things that we're not so proud of, don't we? And then she wags her finger at Trimpt and casts message to say, I know about your pornography, young man.
Oh my god.
A little bit
Things
embarrassed.
to shame him with. You went with the porn.
Absolutely. Now, Trimpt, if you could be so kind, what is very important, especially if there's intruders, I think I know who the intruder is. I think it might be someone called Kral, you see. Do you know who Kral is?
No, who's that?
He is a funny old man. When I say old, I mean very, very, very old. And he basically wants to get hold of that table of yours and cause all sorts of destruction. And I think it's very important that he doesn't do that. So what I'm going to need you to do, Trimpt, is take us to the table so that we can deal with it.
Oh, I certainly can. I'm not sure Mother would be all that pleased with you toying with it, but if you're just here to make sure it's safe,
Absolutely.
I'm sure that she'll be able to understand that.
Thank you very much. Do you mind if I hop on?
Oh, Thaddeus won't come through. This is...
All right,
Okay,
all right.
Not in the corridors, Juna, come on. And he sort of, he dismounts, whacks Thaddeus on the rear, and he goes galloping off back onto the field. As you're sort of stood looking across the field, you can see like a goat pen, there's a couple of sheds, there's a stables. It's really well kept out here. It's quite expansive.
It's very nice, Trimpt. You've done a very good job.
They've done a wonderful job, haven't they?
Who was it who did this? Was it you? Was it your mother or?
Oh no, the Roses, the Rose family. They and their mage largely is the one that's kept it looking so realistic. That's quite nice, isn't it?
Eric is well skilled.
Gwen's not even in this scene.
This is just Grace going, wow, there's stuff I didn't know about people in my backstory.
Oh my god.
He is good, Eric. I actually know him myself.
Oh, you do? Oh.
I do. I met him in Splinter Falls, yes.
Oh, I've never been to Splinter Falls.
It's very nice. I'll tell you all about it at the other end of this, yeah.
Yes, of course, yes. And he sort of, starts walking through.
Orryn, you coming?
Oh, yeah, are we going through the sitting room? I would like to have been keeping an eye on the sitting room door to make sure that no one is emerging from it at any point.
Yeah. The sitting room itself, it's like the corridor opens out into the sitting room. So it's more of like there's a doorway through, but not an actual door.
Okay, but they went through a door, didn't they?
They ran through a side door. So yes, so like as you sort of edge into the sitting room, it's a very plush place. There's a few sofas, there's a little fireplace, and there's 2 doors that exit it, both to your right. You know which one they've gone through because it's still slightly swinging. But Trimp's sort of like walking along.
Juna, should we get the others before we carry on?
That's a very good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we go this way, Trimpt?
Well, yes. The table's just in Mother's arcane study, so it's just through the corridor here, and I'll lead you the rest of the way.
Absolutely.
That's the way everyone else is. That's where we just come in. Yeah. This is Vicky asking it.
So essentially, he's leading you not back into the storeroom, but like back through the sitting room.
Into one of the doors?
No, just the main corridor leads right the way through the sitting room. But the sitting room has 2 doors itself that lead off.
And they went through one of those doors?
Yeah.
But he's pointing us in the direction of a corridor?
Yes.
Juna, should we just pop back and get the others? Or shall I go and get the others and you stay here and you can have a chat about Trestle Falls? Or
Trestle Falls? What's he like, Trimpt? We'll have a chat about Splinter Falls and you come back in a second, Orryn.
Okay, don't, Juna. I mean this. Don't go running off, okay?
and Juna wags her finger at him and casts messages and says, "Hurry the fuck along."
Orryn runs down the corridor back towards the others.
Gaius, what have you been doing during this?
I've been constantly like back and forth, cringing into a tiny little ball, back and forth, cringing into another tiny little ball. And then I decide to like impulse just run as far as I can to my left, as fast as I can, and then I just like smash straight into Orryn.
Go and keep Juna company. I'm gonna go get the others.
Keep Juna company? What the hell's going on? What are we gonna do?
I don't know. Trimpt seems to be acting really, really like I don't know how she's done it, but like Trimpt seems totally on board.
Wait, Trimp's on our side?
Yes, Trimpt seems to be on our side now. Okay,
fine.
Don't do anything to him. I don't know. He's helping us.
Okay.
And Oskin and Jazana are through there. They've gone through a door. They've activated an alarm stone, so all these lights have gone off. And now I think everyone knows we're here, and that's not good.
We need to book it for that table then. Okay, I'll go to Juna. You go get the guys.
Yeah. I'll get the others. Okay.
No, you go left. I'll go right. No.
What?
Yeah, other
right.
left.
No, I'm right.
No, okay. like just move. And he just like pushes Orryn to one side. After you.
Run.
Cool. Like Gaius goes running through, finding Juna and Trimpt having a very casual conversation in a sitting room. Orryn, you go charging through the storeroom, through the other door, the door at the other end of that, into the wine cellar brewery thing to find Gwendellyn and Enkidu, like moving the last barrel.
I just think she'll be more comfortable with an extra thing here. Just maybe
I think she'll be more comfortable with a knife between her.
No,
What
you are
are you
not
two
putting
doing?
a
Okay.
knife through her. Oh,
Right.
Hello?
You two need to come with me right now. She seems fine. Leave her. Come on.
okay.
Wait, she was heading in this direction, and I pointed towards the direction she was running to, and was screaming for help. So I assume somebody's coming for us from this direction.
I think someone knows we're here anyway. Look at the lights. And I'll point up the lights. I assume they've all gone red everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll follow you, Orryn.
This way. Trimp's going to take us to the table. He's on board.
What?
He's on board.
He's what? Okay, fine. Go. I trust you. Go.
They run back. So yeah, Trimpt is, as you sort of make your way into the sitting room, Trimpt is like, well, yes, I just see the large waterfalls there are said to be, and there are floating islands above it.
Remarkable. The things you can do in Splinter Falls, you should definitely, at some point in your life, go there.
Well, yes, I would love to. Well, you know, if it weren't for the end of the world and everything.
Juna, what the hell is going on?
What?
What is?
Oh, Trimpt, look who it is. It's Gwen.
Oh, hello, guys. Oh, hello, Gwendellyn. Hello, Enkidu. Orryn.
Hello. Oh, Trimpt, don't be coy. Give her a little cuddle.
I don't think there's time for that with all the lights going on.
Could we end the end of the world, please? Could we stop that from happening?
If you could take us to the table now, that would be amazing.
To protect it, of course, yes.
To protect it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're all about the
protect
protection of the table and whatnot.
Yes, okay.
Gwendolyn is gripping onto her spear very tightly.
Yeah, gripping the longsword even tighter.
He leads you down a corridor, sort of winding a little bit, and then takes a left to another long corridor. And this one, actually, Gwendolyn, you half recognise. This is almost like the entrance corridor, but like halfway down it.
Okay, so from the dragon entrance, stone dragon entrance.
Yeah.
Okay. She clocks that in her memory just in case we need to exit.
Past the dragon, we can't stop.
Yeah.
As you are passing one of the side doors, however, Gwendolyn, can you make a strength saving throw, please?
Oh my gosh.
It's a natural one.
Oh no.
Out of one of the side doors comes...
Throwing that dice in the bin.
comes a barreling Atrella who tackles Gwendolyn to the ground, shouting, "You man-stealing fuck!" and just starts like wailing away at her. Every single punch is missing from this.
Oh my
this
gosh.
poor girl,
I
but
turn and like sidekick her. What the hell? Like, out of surprise, like bang.
make an attack roll.
Classic Enkidu.
That's a 3.
It's a 3. No, so she sees you coming, like rolls out of the way, pulls out a little dagger as well. It's like, I'm gonna fucking kill all of you.
Oh my god.
Start with her.
I'm not the one who said you had bad handwriting.
She looks down at you and just lunges with a dagger. That's a 19 to hit you.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that hits.
So
What
you
a
take
bitch.
3 points of damage as she just gets you like right up the arm.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to do
I felt sorry for her.
Monk her up.
I want that t-shirt, Chris.
Monker.
As she's sort of like there, ready and waiting for another attack, she's just like, "Trimpt, what are you doing?"
Because I'm basically on the floor right now, aren't I? Mm-hmm. If she's on top of me straddling, I'm going to just punch her in the stomach.
Make an attack roll.
I want to wind her, but I'm not going to wind her with an 8.
Hey, no, unfortunately. Do
Just
you have,
kind of graze her.
have you charged your
Gaius,
dice tonight?
get over here.
Everybody else obviously seeing this happening. Trimpt is acting very awkwardly, but is anyone else doing anything?
Can I try and grab her hand with the dagger?
Yeah,
if
make
I'm nearby?
No, just make a strength check.
Can you advantage because I'm there as well?
Guy will grab her around
just,
the
just
midriff
get
as well.
her off her.
Yes, I will give advantage to either Gaius and Orryn can roll each, or one of you can do it with advantage.
I'm not the most strong, so you go ahead, Orryn.
Okay. I mean, I'm not either, but we'll see how this goes. Was it just straight strength, did you say, Baby David?
Yeah, strength check.
Cool, so I rolled a 5 and a 6. So that's an 8.
It's
We're stopping the end of the world
She only
tonight.
rolled a 5 as well. So yeah, you do like between the two of you, and with Enkidu there as well. Like all three of you, like just like picking this girl up off of.
Try it! Ow!
Ow, she
That
bites!
was really
Jesus!
expensive lace, you know.
Atrella, there's no need for any of this. They're here to help. She's like, they're fucking not here to help, are they?
Oh, she's gone a bit Australian. Is she still going for Gwen?
Yeah, she's like kicking and thrashing about
I'm
as
gonna
much as
chill
Dahlia
touch her.
was.
I'm gonna, you know, it's not a biggie. I don't want to like hurt her really badly, but she needs to calm the fuck down. So,
Chill out.
so yeah, I'm just gonna go. You need to chill out. And like winks and cast chill touch out of the end of her staff. And I'm hoping I roll low.
Nothing like a pun with a deadly spell.
Yeah.
I have so
Very
much
James
respect
Bond.
for you right now.
It's small fry. It's fine.
Make your attack roll.
1.
Oh my god.
Ooh, as if we're getting totally.
I didn't mean
foiled
that
by a
low
tremor.
dice. Come on, I
Gosh.
should have charged them.
It doesn't matter.
She's just gonna keep lashing about and trying like get out of everyone's grasp. As she's sort of swinging about, she elbows Orryn in the face.
Ow!
So you take 2 points of damage.
How is an elbow in the face less than a necrotic hand? Come on, Atrella.
Like that's the thing. She's thrashing about so much, and especially with everyone else in the way, it's quite hard to like grab hold of her and not get them. But yeah, so she like elbows Orryn in the face.
Ow.
Like you can feel a little bit of blood coming out your nose.
Ow.
But she's still in Enkidu's and Gaius's grasp,
Where did she come from?
just
What,
out of
cupboard?
out of a side door. Yeah, and as you look, it looks like there's a library of some kind that she's leapt out of.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but oh god. And then I'm just gonna play a little ditty very quickly on my lute. and then I'm going to cast sleep.
Oh, thank God.
And I got a 15. And therefore, if her HP
Hit points.
is lower than
Yeah,
15,
it is
she
less
gets
than
sleep.
that. She's only got 9 hit points.
Yeah.
As you sort of stand back, play a little bit, she goes limp in Enkidu's arms and just falls asleep.
Guy, well done. She needed that.
Juna, as you're sort of stood more toward the back of the group, you hear a door open and see Matrim and Dahlia, sword and dagger in hand, come running out of the workshop directly at the group of you.
Trimmed, I think it's we need to go now.
Why is everyone so angry at you?
I don't know. I mean, Dahlia's not herself.
Oh.
She's gone. She's tried to resurrect her family and turn them into zombies, and I think it sent her a bit, funny in the head.
She's gone loopy, quick. We need to get to your mom and to that table, quick. The table.
We need
Specific.
to protect it.
Yeah, okay. Next
way.
door
Table,
along.
they're
Next
gonna-
door.
they're gonna damage
You
the table.
Just next door along, through the garden. So he just sort of like...
Keep them here.
Did you tie her up tightly enough?
I didn't do anything. No, we both tied her up.
It was
Yeah, but
obviously you're not the
Now's not the
what
time.
are you
You
doing?
two, let's go.
He has a knife.
Like,
Oh, okay.
like, yeah, following Trimmed along, and he basically goes like a couple doors down, runs through, opens that out into a nice little garden. However, as soon as he opens that out, you see Storlin and Metz sort of stood there at the other end of the garden, weapons in hand, ready and waiting for you.
Who the hell are these guys?
Can everyone roll initiative, please?
It was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Roll initiative.
This is only going one way, gang.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Roll initiative.
Oh, he's got a map. We were always going to have this fight.
Oh,
That's
look
a
at
nice
this
map.
beautiful
It's a very
map.
nice map.
You'll
Check
find
out
it
our
posted
social
on our
media.
social media.
It is a work of art.
That's gorgeous.
It's great.
What a good place for all our characters to die.
Again,
Don't say
In the garden, underground, as the world ends above. Yeah, it's perfect. It's poetic.
This battle is brought to you by Photoshop.
I love it.
Roughly order-wise, where would everyone have been?
I would have been arguing with Enkidu.
Yeah.
I think Trimmed is at the front, right?
Trimmed is at the front.
I would have been at the back.
I think I'm near Trimmed for sure.
Yeah, I suspect I was near Trimmed because I was trying to.
Yeah, and I would have been next. I would have been like just in front of Enkidu, like pulling them through the door.
Initiative. Who? 25 to 20.
Vicky stuck her hand up and then put it back down again.
No,
20 to 15.
that one. 16.
16 for Juna.
15 for me.
15 for Gaius. 15 to 10.
14.
13.
14 for Orryn. 13 for Gwendellyn. And Enkidu, what did you get?
6.
Oh,
Enkidu is down here. So, Trimmed goes first. And he edges forward and is like, don't worry, they're here to protect the table. So, just like keep strolling past. And they're looking at him very strangely.
Can I go with him?
It is Juna's turn, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to just go with him and be like, yeah, don't mind us. Come on, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Just walk over
Jump that
there.
close. Are you going to do anything, or are you just going to walk up close to them?
I probably should do something, shouldn't I? What can I do? We're going to fight them anyway. I'm going to walk past them and I'm going to stand. Can I stand behind one of them while they're looking forward towards everyone else?
Yeah, I'll say that. So yeah, you as you sort of edge round, you find yourself stood behind Metz.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the last time that the two of you were together, she stood behind you and made you pass out. So
Well, that would be nice to do, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't like her. I'm going to use a spell slot on the bitch.
Yeah.
What I would really like to do is do catapult where it actually works. So am I right in thinking there's like a pile of stones quite like to the edge of the garden?
the garden itself is like a big cross shape of path. In the center of the path is a large fountain. As you've come in, to your left, there's a bit of a rockery with a small pond. And to your right, there is just some greenery. There's a few pillars that have fallen over. At the other end of the room, to the left, is just some floral arrangements, some bushes with nice coloured flowers on. And to the right, ahead of you, fronty righty, is a little chess nook set up. You can see two sofas with a little chess game going on. But apart from that, the entire room is filled with just lush green. It's quite bright, even though there's a red tinge to everything because of the alarm. But there are doors, one door on every wall. So the one you've come in on, one directly opposite, and a door in the center of the walls to your left and right as well. The door that Trimmed is heading toward is directly opposite your walls. So yeah, Juna, you've edged around to follow him.
I'm going to stand behind Metz and What I would like to do is just sort of pick up one of the stones, hover it over her head and drop it on her, if that's allowed for flavour.
That is allowed, but using the catapult spell.
Using the catapult spell, so she needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Please work, I just want it to work once.
That is 13.
Yes!
Wow.
All right. 10 damage.
10 damage.
Yeah.
Oof, amazing. So yeah, this rock, you just gently float it up, and even though she's getting ready with her weapon to attack you, to stop you guys from approaching, even with Trimp acting a bit weird, this rock just falls with the force of a catapult downwards, colliding with her back and her shoulder and like rolling down the back of her leg, so she almost goes down onto one knee. Are you doing anything else, Juna?
I'm going to say, oh, Metz, you all right?
In which case, it is Gaius's turn.
God. I am going to turn around, and I'm presuming that we're being chased down by Matchroom and Co. So I will just fling around the loot again, play a couple of chords majestically, hoping to inspire, and I will inspire Enkidu, who is just stood by the door, presuming that we're about to be flanked by people just coming behind us. So that's going to be a bardic inspiration to you, sir.
Nice.
Having done that song, I'm going to sprint as much as I can around the circumference of the room until I hopefully get to the other side of the door. So as far as I can.
Are you getting to the door to the north or the door directly opposite you?
Directly opposite me.
Cool. Yeah, so you get as far around as you can. Obviously, you don't want to get too close to Storlin, captain of the guard, stood there. But yeah, you reckon if you edge around toward the flowers, you could just do a little jump over them and you can get to the door without them swinging at you too much.
No, shrubbery, my worst enemy.
Are you going to do anything with your action?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Fuck some shit up, man.
You could hold an action, could you?
Yeah, okay, fine. I will hold an action, and if someone comes near me, I'm going to stab them with a dagger.
Nice.
Always forget we can do things.
Yeah. I was just thinking, because we don't quite know what they're going to do.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And Storlin, seeing you run around, is going to approach you. So if you just want to make your little stabby stab now.
Get out, mate. Dagger. Go for the gut. Oh, no. It's an 8.
8 does not hit, unfortunately. He doesn't look like he's too armored up. He looks like he's dressed down. Essentially, he was in relaxing mode.
Dressed down?
He's in a kimono.
Dressed down apocalypse.
Yeah, he's in his a linen shirt and nice trousers. He is wearing boots. Clearly, he was not expecting there to be a fight at this point, so he's just grabbed a sword and has run out and gotten here. But he approaches you. He pulls his sword out and swings for you. Swings wide though. That was only a 7 altogether.
Yes.
I see we're both equally terrible at this. Good. A fair fight.
I'll leave it to it.
He stumbles on the grass a little bit and he's like, oh, this fucking grass. But it is then Orryn's turn.
Okay. So Storlin's just tried to stab Guy and failed. What's Mertz looking like? Is she looking angry, having been hit in the head with a rock?
Having just been hit in the head, she's just looking a little bit dazed for the moment, so you're not sure where she's going to go.
Okay. Don't know where she's going to go. But Storlin's stabbing my mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what I would like to...
Orryn has flashbacks to the do I grab Gaius or Juna moment.
That's cruel.
Juna's up with Mertz, isn't she? She's
Yeah, and
heading
Gaius
towards
is
the
over
door.
with Storlin.
Okay. This is what we're doing. So Orryn would like to move. He can move up to 30 feet, so he'd like to move 5, 10, 15, 20... towards the chess table, please. So he's heading sort of southwest, right next to the back of the table.
Now is not the time for a game, Orryn.
Well, I'm really good at chess.
Yeah, you get round the fountain to the back of one of the sofas.
And then what he would like to do is he would like to get out his dragon that he had in his bag earlier in the day? Yesterday?
It's all been today.
Today. So he'd like to get the dragon out of his bag, please. But this, as he's getting it out, he's kind of going, which head? And then he's going to take off the head that was on the dragon currently, which was the one that gave everyone the temporary hit points. And quickly pulling out another dragon head from his bag, he is going to fit the flamethrower dragon, please.
Wow.
Onto the dragon. And then set it down on the ground in front of him, so it's between him and Mertz. And then charging it up with his arcane skill, burning a spell slot, mechanically, he is then going to fire the flamethrower towards Mertz and Storlin. please.
In a straight line through them both.
Nice.
Yes, it's a 15-foot cone, so that should get both of them without hitting Guy.
Yeah, it stops just in front of Gaius. So, Gaius, you get this wonderful view of this plume of fire coming at you. Storlin and Metz are silhouetted in your view, Gaius, but you're quite safe from where you are. Do they make dexterity?
Can they make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Uh-huh. That was a 6 and a 4.
So that both failed for both of them.
Yeah.
So they're going to take 8 points of fire damage, please.
Very nice.
That's me done.
Nice. It is then Gwendolyn's turn.
Gwendolyn's been weighing up what's going on. She takes a peek back through the door they've came through. Who can she see?
You can see Matrim moving faster than Dahlia, but both of them running towards the door.
Right, okay, so she throws a dart at Matrim.
Amazing. So yeah, you take a
Sorry.
slight step out of the door. Make your attack.
Non-natural 20.
Nice.
Nice. How much damage is that?
That is 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
And it wasn't charged.
It was charged.
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry. I had to
Was. Oh, yeah. This dart does go whizzing down the corridor, collides into his stomach a little bit, but he just pulls it out and carries on running it.
So Gwendolyn runs into the room and she sees that everyone has been, she thinks, okay, well, they're probably guarding something and Shrimp was leading us to the table, so I'm going to start getting myself across the room away from things towards where I think the table is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you just start charging forwards.
Where are you going?
To destroy the table.
You're missing an opportunity here. Goodness. Oh, we have to talk.
And yeah, you get about halfway across the room, just to the other side of the fountain. It is Metz's turn. So she, having just had a rock in the head and then char-grilled side, she is going to try to attack the dragon that you just put down, Orryn.
Go for it.
Can she do that?
She certainly can.
Yeah, cool. So she pulls out a little short sword and she makes an attack. So that's a 15 altogether to hit.
Misses.
Oh! Nice. So she
Damn.
basically her weapon collides with it, but the way you've stuck it into the ground, it's fairly heavy. There's a little bit of scratching on it that makes you wince.
I only just made that dragon.
All in all, it does no damage. Then she is going to try to move to get in Gwendolyn's way, seeing her running over. And as she's stepping out of your range, Juna, do you want to make an attack of opportunity? Do you want to use reaction at all?
Yeah, I would be crazy not to, right? What can I do?
You can hit her with your staff if you want.
I'll do that. I'll give her a bonk on the head.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
It's good, I guess.
It's a 22.
Oh, very definitely gets
Very
it.
good.
Do roll your damage.
I'm going to roll a d8 because I imagine she'll have it both hands, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Oh, 9 damage.
Very
Yes,
nicely done.
Juna.
Get your own back up.
Tuna hates Mets.
She does stumble a little bit, and you get the impression that it's not going to take much more to knock this poor woman down. She's just been beaten up a lot as you've arrived. But it is now Matrim's turn. So he comes running up,
Oh, that plan's out the window.
barrels through the door, coming face to face with Enkidu. So, of course, just swings at you, Enkidu. And that is a 19 to hit.
Hits.
It hits. Wonderful. Yeah, so he's got his little short sword out. So that does 8 points of damage. As you sort of barge through the door, it's knocked you just back a little bit. So he's taken the opportunity to just swipe across your chest and just catches you through the breastplate.
Sure.
It is then Dahlia's turn, and she comes running up behind.
Oh, God.
But obviously, with everybody stood in the doorway, she can't quite get in. And you're tucked back enough, Enkidu, that she can't even get to you. It is now your turn.
I've still got my longsword, haven't I?
You do?
Two-handed, I'm going to cut him knives to the chops.
Yeah.
If I can. Right, that is a 21 to hit.
Definitely hits, yeah.
8 points of slashing magical damage.
Points of damage. Ooh, very nicely done. So this thing, almost with Gil's energy, starts slashes down, and for a brief moment, you're not even sure that the sword necessarily connected. It's just passed through him, but then you see the damage across his chest spring out. All of this blood sort of starts seeping through his shirt afterwards.
Oh, I like it.
Are you doing anything else?
No, nothing else.
In which case, it is Trimp's turn. Now, when it comes to Charm Person, Juna,
Yeah.
obviously, he thinks you're an ally, but he's seeing all of his allies being attacked. So where?
The rules state that as long as no one on
hurts
our
him.
side hurts him, he's charmed. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance.
Okay. So he's just gonna, in his best voice, no, there's been a complete misunderstanding. Stop it. No, you don't have to hurt each other. No, it's fine. They're just here to... Look, I'll talk to Mother. And he's just going to turn and walk through into the next room. And as he sort of pushes the door open, you can see that it is similar to the arcane study, her own little study room that you'd found the divination table before. It's a similar decor in this next room. But the door swings shut again as he moves through. It is then, Juna, your turn.
So there's a fountain in the middle of the garden. What can I see? Can I see what's going on in the doorway?
Through the next door? No, the door is sort of swung back.
No,
again.
back to Enkidu.
Oh yeah. You can see Matrim has like dived through, and they're having a bit of a sword fight down at the front there. You can see that Dahlia is trying to push through the door as well, but with the two men having a fight, she's kind of stuck behind the door.
Okay, but Enkidu, you look pretty fine.
Yeah, I'm alright. I can withstand a few hits.
I'm going to go over to the doorway to the arcane study after Trimpt then, I think.
Absolutely. So yeah, push your way over. Are you going to walk in?
Yes.
So as you sort of step in, you see that Trimpt is there and Lady Vondelle also stood there. And he's just like, well, they're here to protect the divination table, but then it's complete. Mother, you must talk to all of them. And
Mama's boy.
I know.
She has like got her back up. You can see that. She's pulled out a wand. And as you walk in, Juna, she tenses up even more. But what are you doing?
We're so close. So as I walk in, I'm assuming this is mainly just so that everyone knows what I can see. I can see behind Lady Vondelle is the table, right?
Yes, so the arcane study, as you've sort of stepped through, again, it's quite a wide room. There's a desk in the middle that clearly she's been making notes on. At the far end, there is the arcane table up on a little plinth by itself, a little step up, and the walls are lined with bookcases as well. There are a couple of dragon head statuette things in the far corners, but they don't look like the dragon outside.
Okay.
They look more like just decoration.
You've just made us very suspicious of everything they do.
Yeah.
They look like.
They
I
look like.
think Juna's feeling quite confident in her charisma at the moment. And she is definitely going to cast Charm Person on Lady Vondelle. Wisdom saving throw, hoping for the best. Here we go.
Wow.
You see for a brief moment that you think you've succeeded, and it looks like she's been charmed, but then there is an ever so slight shimmer, and it's almost as if she's decided, actually, no, this isn't how things are supposed to go. I'm going to pass this.
Oh, no.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I should have known, but it was worth a try.
Worth a go. Worth a go.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's one of her uses of portent.
Oh, portents. Oh,
So,
Can I say something to her, or is that me done?
yeah, no, as a bonus action, or as part of the charm, if you like.
I'm going to basically sort of say to her, I know you know what I just did, but it is so important that we destroy your table. I know that it's not what you want to do, but I do believe this is going to be the end of the world if Kral gets to it. I'm sure someone like you can rebuild it, but for now, it needs to go.
Wonderful. We'll wait for her reply when it gets back round.
That's such a Lady Vondelle response.
Wonderful.
I mean, I'm not hoping for much, but you got to do what you got to do, right?
Grace here, keeping you updated with all things No Small Roles related. We're feeling refreshed after our little break and hope that you enjoyed our first ever episode of No Small Questions. We loved getting stuck in and can't wait to answer more of your questions in the future. I actually can't believe we are already approaching the end of our first story arc. It has been a whirlwind since we started. Learning how all this podcast stuff works, developing our characters, and getting actual listeners. Thank you. Yes, you listening right now. We think you are amazing. I actually can't express just how thrilled we are to have you on this adventure with us. As you can imagine, with a cast of 6 all recording remotely, there is a lot of audio to edit. And as one of the editors, I can tell you firsthand that it takes a long time. Even now, we're getting better at it. And of course, David composes and arranges a score of original music for each episode.
all that music, David, the talented bastard, not that I'm jealous or anything, but to ensure you're getting quality episodes and to keep No Small Roles a sustainable show, we are going to be working in more small breaks when we need them. # No Small Self-Care. We are currently looking into setting up a Patreon for the show, so if you would be interested in supporting us in a cash money's way, watch this space. Other ways you can support us and help us out include recommending us to your friends, sharing our stuff on social media at No Small Roles, and that's roles spelt ROLLS, and of course reviewing us on places like iTunes. Shout out this week to Owen Podcasts for leaving us a lovely review. That's all from me for now. Let's get you back to the action.
Back outside, Gaius. Say outside. Back in the previous room.
Outside, inside.
Outside, inside. In the garden underground. Gaius. You've got Stalin at you. He's swinging around. He's just been hit by flames. Juna's run off.
Again.
Juna's just ran off. Right, okay, there's only one thing we can do at this moment, and he is going to bolt for the door to the study.
If you go for it, Stalin is likely to attack you.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. He's going to make a quick swing, and that is a 12 to hit you.
A 12, I believe, just misses.
Just. So yeah, as you go diving over the shrubbery, he swings and just goes wide again. So yeah, you manage to dive into the next room, through the door, to find Juna, Trimpt, Lady Vondelle all stood there in a very tense moment.
Well, I like to make an entrance. As a bonus action, can I push Juna aside?
Yeah, it would count as a shove, I suppose.
Yeah,
I'll let
okay,
you have
well then
that.
I'll shove her 5 feet that way.
Cool. It depends. Juna, are you seeing what he's planning, or are you resisting the shove?
No, I trust Guy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm just charging and just going, trust me.
Yeah. So shoves you over a little bit.
I'm presuming Trimp's on my left and Lady Vondelle's right in front of me.
That's right, yeah. So yeah, Trimpt just to your left, Lady Vondelle between you and the divination table.
I'm going to sprint up to Lady Vondelle and say, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say no to your kind offer. And I will strum my lute and I will cast Shockwave.
Lush. Cool. Does she makes a save, right?
She has to make a Constitution saving throw. And so does Trimpt.
Cool. Trimpt got 16. Lady Vondelle got 13.
If they reached, so my spell DC is 13.
So that means they pass.
Yeah, they both pass. Okay. The reason why I pushed Juna aside is because it's a 15-foot thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll that, and it's 14. So they both take 7 damage.
Okay, cool. They do take the damage.
Nice. I like half damage.
They're just not shoved or anything like that.
In addition, any unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away.
Yeah, so they've taken like some thunder damage as it's like blasted through them. And in fact, the desk behind, all of the paperwork like flies off, like the desk like is shunted slightly.
That is really going to annoy Lady Vondelle.
Notes are all messed up.
All of those notes all over the floor there.
Guy has nothing he can do other than just stand there in between these two foes, so he'll just turn to Trimpt and say, your hair is really, really bad today.
Am I right in thinking that Trimpt is no longer charmed?
Oh yeah, you've hit him
He's
now.
just taken damage.
Yeah, he's no longer charmed anymor. But it's fine,
fine.
because
It was going to happen at some
he's
point
done what he
anyway.
needed
I was
to
hoping
do,
to push
yeah.
them all out of the way and someone like charge through, but
It is Stalin's turn, having utterly failed to catch Gaius twice.
useless.
He's really bad. He's going to turn his attention to Gwendellyn. So take a few steps over to you, swing his sword out. 18 to hit.
He hits.
Finally, he's done something. And that is 6 points of damage. As he just swings, and especially with Mertz getting in your way as well, Gwendolyn, you sort of take a step to one side, only to have him swing low and just catch your leg.
Ouch!
It is then Orryn's turn.
First of all, he's going to direct the dragon to move sort of 10 feet in a northeast direction, please, towards the door. And then the dragon's going to turn round towards its Mertz and Stalin. Orryn's going to shout, I really think you should stop attacking us, and then fire the flamethrower towards the two of them, please.
nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Again, both of those rolls were under 10, so very bad dex saves.
Yeah. So they are. They're going to take 8 points of damage again, each, please. 8 points of fire damage.
So Metz, you can see, taking the fire damage, starts burning up. collapses to the floor, having caught fire a little bit.
Okay.
And just starts crisping up there.
That was more of a warning shot than I intended.
Storlin he tries to defend himself a little bit against the flame, but having heard the dragon's little metallic legs moving over, he turns to look at it, so catches a full face full of this fire. So he's just lets out a horrible scream. You doing anything else, Orryn?
That's just my bonus action. Yes, please. What? Seeing that the fight in this room seemingly is getting under control, Orryn is then going to run towards the door, please.
Yep, you can get there and still have about 15 feet spare.
Okay, so presumably he's seeing the last moments of Guy sending this massive blast of energy towards the two of them.
Yep.
And they look fairly engaged.
Yep, both of them look pretty pissed off. Okay, Orryn's just he's gonna run, if he can squeeze past without getting into combat with either of them, if he can kind of head down, sort of south, away from where the fight's going on. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you sort of edge around the wall that way, around Gaius's back.
Nice.
But not within reach of either of the other two.
And he's just going to pull out his welding torch and just sort of say, okay, let's give this a go, and point it towards the table and blast the table with his welding torch of firebolts, if we may.
Make an attack roll.
Natural one.
So it goes very wide and blasts one of the dragon heads off of the wall at the back. I mean, that thing sort of crumples up. You can tell that it is just a statue at this point. Lumps of rock go flying off of that and scatter across the floor.
Yeah, that's what I meant to do. Didn't like the look of that dragon. That's me done.
It is Gwendolyn's turn.
Okay, so Gwendolyn just douses a small flame at the end of her long green ponytail that just got caught in the thing, and she decides to punch Storlin in the stomach. We haven't been formally introduced, and she punches him. And maybe 14?
14 hits, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And as he's bent over, doubling over, you don't have to bow, but yes, I am Gwendolyn Rose.
Yes.
How's he looking?
You didn't roll damage, so...
Oh, shit. I got too carried away with my words.
I was just going to say roll it all at the end, but yeah.
Saving up punch time.
Ultimately, he's actually, beyond being crisped up, he's not taken a lot of damage otherwise. He's just
fair.
a bit singed.
And his pride is hurt.
That is 6 points of damage.
6 points, amazing. He's looking hurt, but he's still got a bit of fight in him.
As he's buckled over, I'm going to then bring up my knee. Oh, and I just need the table as I did it. I'm going to bring up my knee and smash him in the jaw.
Amazing. Right, make another attack roll.
Okay, that is another 14.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Yay! And it's another 6 damage.
Another 6 damage.
Yeah.
And as she looks over to Metz, is she still on fire?
Metz is very much on fire. Metz does not look very alive right now.
Oh, she doesn't look very alive. Gwendolyn just half-assed cups a bit of water and splashes it. The fountain that's next to her just splashes it a bit towards Metz.
Yeah, it doesn't do much. There's a hiss as the water starts sizzling up. But...
Oh dear.
I feel really bad.
Shit.
To be fair, she did cause this, part of this issue for 3 of you, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I know, but...
Are you moving anywhere, Gwendolyn?
She's torn whether she should help Enkidu or she should go help what's going on in the other room.
And leave me with 4 enemies
people.
on my own.
Don't worry, there's a little dragon in there.
She's going to stay where she is because she can do ranged attacks on the others if she needs to. Mm-hmm. And she can at least stop Storlin from coming over to Enkidu.
Cool. In which case, it is Matrim's turn. Matrim takes a swing at you, Enkidu, but goes wide.
Oh, right.
Completely misses, especially as his more and more blood is trickling out of his chest, out of that wonderful wound you just gave him. He's not looking good, but he's struggling to keep going. Dahlia shoves into the door to try and shove you out of the way, but ultimately you just put your hand out and keep it closed. So she's stuck behind the other side of the door.
Yeah.
You just wait your turn, love.
It is your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to bring the longsword two-handed above my head and then feint and then try and slash him from below.
Amazing. Make your attack roll.
That is a 16.
16 hits.
Yeah. That is 12 points of magical slashing damage.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a big hit.
Yeah. Having sliced up the other way, he's got this massive X across his chest, essentially, at this point. And you can just see bits of his intestines through this and he just crumples to the floor.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh.
Have you used your bardic inspiration yet?
Nope.
I've needed it.
That is the power of the true King's Blade. and I just watch him crumble.
Is that a law drop?
Yeah, I feel like that was
Hashtag law drop. There's a bit of a shocked expression on his face, but then he's very much dead. The blood starts pooling around him.
Are we now mass murderers? Is that what we now are?
Are you moving anywhere, Enkidu?
I'm gonna actually walk out the door and face Dahlia.
Oh, amazing. So you open the door essentially to show her dead husband on the floor, and then take a step out past her to face her in the corridor.
You are so badass right now.
It is Lady Vondelle's turn.
Oh dear.
Seeing Juna, Gaius, and Orryn having barged their way in, she looks at all of you, has a quick look up and down of each of you, turns at the ring on her finger,
Oh, you.
Oh, what?
looks at Orryn, and says, I suggest you help me defend this table.
Oh, you son of a...
And I would ask you to roll a wisdom saving throw, but she's also going to use her other portent and make you fail that save.
Oh, that's not good.
Divination wizards, man.
Oh, God.
She is not going to move anywhere. She's just going to raise her wand and ready for any attack from Gaius and Juna. It is Trimp's turn. He, however, is going to attack, and he's just going to turn around and swing his sword at Juna, because he doesn't like the fact that you fucked with his head.
Not kind of this. Yeah.
It's fair. So, he swings, rolls a 13 altogether.
That is my armor class. What does that mean?
So he just hits you.
Okay.
I feel like I'm rolling a lot of 13s tonight.
Unlucky for us.
So, you take 4 points of slashing damage.
Okay. I can handle that.
And then he's just going to ready himself, waiting again, looking between you and Gaius, ready for something to happen. It is Juna's turn.
I'm going back to cantrip land because I've got plans for my spells that are left and it's not trimmed. So what I'm going to do is...
To cantrip.
I'm gonna cantrip land. She's gonna put her quarterstaff on the floor in front of her, look Trimmed square in the eyes, and say very loudly, I thought you were my friend, and cast Word of Radiance. So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
That's 12.
Fail.
Yeah.
Dirty fail. So he's going to take 3 points of damage.
Good stuff.
Nice.
And because he's
dirty fail.
Dirty fail.
Dirty
Because
fail.
I think we need to get Trimmed out of the way to deal with Lady Vondelle, I am going to use my first meta magic, which is quicken spell.
What this?
And
spell who dis?
it basically means I can do spells much faster using 2 sorcery points. So I'm going to do that, and I am going to...
Drum roll.
I'm in
Anticipation.
suspense.
Yeah, I want to attack him because I've also noticed that I've got something else that I haven't used, and I just want to go all hell for leather. Let's do a witch bolt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love Witch Bolt, me.
Yeah. Oh no, I can't. It's a ranged spell attack. Ignore me.
You could do it, it'd just be at disadvantage.
I don't want it to be at disadvantage.
It's up to you. Unless you want to take a step back and then try it, but then obviously he'd have an opportunity attack against you.
I don't know what to do.
The other thing is that Lady Vondelle is not in range of you, so if you wanted to witch bolt her...
Oh no! Yeah! Yes! Yes! Let's
Please
bolt
keep
the
all of
bitch.
that in. Keep all of that in.
Yes.
I need to
Right.
take Word of Radiance
Thank you,
damage
DM,
from
for that.
reaction.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for the help there, DM. Yeah, let's witch bolt her. Thank you very much. 16.
16 hits.
Good.
Yes.
Oh, I don't even need to use the thing I was going to use, which I'm not going to talk about because then it'll come as a surprise.
Yeah.
We like surprises.
Yeah, we do.
So she takes 5 lightning damage.
Okay.
And whilst I'm concentrating on her, she keeps taking damage from me until I do something else or she's out of range.
Amazing.
Nice.
Is that on her turn or on your
On
turn?
my
that she takes the
turn.
damage? Okay, cool. Have you got anything else up your sleeve?
No, my sleeves are well and truly emptied for now.
Run, Joe.
In which case, it is Gaius's turn. So yeah, as you're stood there, Trimpt is obviously woken up. Orryn suddenly turned against you. You've obviously seen all of that happen. Trimpt swung for Juna. Juna's lashed out at him. This electrical bolt has wrapped itself around Lady Vondelle, and you're stood in the middle of all of that. What are you doing? Literally in the centre of all of that.
So Guy is going to assess the situation. He's going to look left. It looks bad. He's going to look to his right. It looks bad. If he looks in front of him, it's bad. So he's just going to go bad all the way. So he is going to weave under Lady Vondelle's arms. I don't care again if I take that opportunity attack. I'm going to bolt for that table.
Wow.
Cool. Yeah, she's gonna
Smack you.
She's gonna try and smack you. She actually doesn't have any weapon on her beyond the wand, but she can't cast a spell in this way.
Bitch slap.
Bitch slap. So yeah, she swings her arms out, but nothing much happens.
She ain't no monk.
Is there space underneath that table?
Yeah, there is a little bit of space directly under it.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide under the table and stand up and lift that table onto its side, so that way hopefully the table's in between me and them.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Make a strength check.
Okay. I'm not good at these,
Come on,
so
guy.
fingers
I've
crossed.
got a
heavy
heavy
table.
oak table.
Yeah. Metal center.
And he just
Oh, it's a natural one with a -1 modifier.
Oh, no.
Stands up and knocks himself out of the table.
I will say, as you got a 0, I'm gonna let you take some damage as you go to do it and just whack your head.
Oh my god!
That looked so cool in my head. Oh.
It looked
my
like it
gosh.
felt cool. You were like, yeah, I'm out of the way of her. And you go to lift the table, and you just stand up that little bit too quickly, and you're sat down again. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. But you're currently sat under the far end of the table.
Okay, I feel like because I've just been because I got a 0, I have to sort of I've sort of knocked myself out in this first one, so that's my round done, I guess. I'm just oh god.
Yeah, you just have it the world starts spinning a little bit. You're like, oh, okay. In which case, it is back out in the garden. Or in the garden. It is Storlin's turn. Having just taken a punch to the stomach, a knee to the face, he's going to swing for you, Gwendolyn. And that is 18 altogether.
Yeah, that hits me.
That hits.
He needs to go.
And that is 8 points of slashing damage. Face down, he's just swings up and just catches you up the stomach. He's not going to move though, he's just going to ready himself, ready for any more punches you've got coming at him. It is Orryn's turn.
Well, David, what would you like me to do?
Any way that you think helping Lady Vondelle defend the table, that you can take any action that you think will achieve that.
Do I now think my friends are not my friends?
You know that they're going to try and destroy the table, so if you think stopping them is the right move.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
This is the worst.
It really is.
Not only did Orryn have to watch his friends die, he now has to kill them.
Try and kill his friends.
And again, it's Gaius and Juna in the room.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Poetic.
Okay. So seeing Gaius failing to lift up this table and knock it over, I think Orryn is going to run towards Gaius. Sorry, guy. Putting away his welding torch, he's going to charge up his gloves and shout, "Get off the table!" and shock Gaius, please.
Absolutely. Make your attack roll.
It's not great. 13.
Yeah, that hits.
Sorry.
13's my AC.
That is. Are you wearing metal armor?
No.
Okay, good.
Thank God.
Oh my gosh.
So that's 3 points of lightning damage to you.
Okay.
And you can't take reactions until the start of your next go, I'm afraid.
Okay. Hey, Orryn, buddy. Oh, Jesus.
Get off the table. Am I within 60 foot of my dragon?
Yes. It is through a door, so you can't see it, but does that matter?
Let me double check.
Just so you know, Ben, we're under the table at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So we're rolling around on the floor under the table.
Yep.
Nice.
Brilliant image.
I know. Big spoon, little spoon back at it.
The very embarrassing dream about this once.
That's what he really dreamt about in the woods.
Nice.
Anything can happen in the woods.
On each of your turns, you can take a bonus action to cause the cannon to activate if you're within 60 foot of it.
In which case, yeah, if it doesn't say you have to see it.
Strangely not. I kind of feel like it should.
Ben desperately trying to make this magic not work in this
yeah.
particular scenario.
And defend the table. Okay. Dragon's going to walk into the room, please.
Oh man.
Yeah, it plods its way, because it doesn't move very fast, but it plods its way through the door,
And
pushes it open, gets its way in.
Point towards Juna. And
Yep.
try and flame grill Juna, please.
Yeah. Juna, make a dexterity saving throw.
Roll high.
I got 16.
Yeah, you rolled high. So you'll take half damage. I rolled really well. 12 damage halved to 6. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, this little thing plods its way in, turns its attention, plants itself down, lets out a blast of fiery damage, flames, words toward Juna, and yeah, Juna just gets a face full of fire.
I don't get to save or anything against this, baby David. I'll just... No?
Nope.
Oh, okay. And does it just keep going?
So yeah, it's until the action has been completed. So until there is no danger for the table, or until she loses concentration or falls unconscious or whatever. So, it is Gwendolyn's turn.
So, having just taken a slash to the stomach, I'm not feeling very happy about that, and I'm starting to get really rather angry with this person in front of me, the Stallen fellow. So, I'm going to get my spear, and I'm going to try and thrust it through his chest.
Oh, good stuff.
That's 15.
15 hits.
7 points of damage.
Yeah, no, this spear goes straight through his chest, out the other side. He coughs up blood across your face.
And kind of, as this happens, she has a moment of realization and just goes paler than she's ever been before. She's the palest grey that you could possibly imagine. She says, sorry.
Do you pull the spear out again, or?
Yes, I think I'll be taking that back. And she pulls it out.
Yeah, the blood just pours out of this hole in his chest, and he slumps to the ground next to Meth.
And she turns and she can see Matrim with his guts out everywhere, and she can see the crispy Mets, and she can see everything. But she has to try and get that out of her head because she knows they have to do the table thing. So she runs for the table.
So you barge your way across the garden, like stepping over the bodies, dart across the garden, through the doorway to come face to face with Trimpt,
who she punches in her face with her bonus action.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah,
she's just like so tightly wound on adrenaline right now, and she's just like runs right into him, and she just like boofs him in the face, almost as an impulse reaction without even thinking about it.
Amazing.
Non-natural 20.
Oh yeah,
nice.
7 points of damage
from a punch to the face.
That's great.
Yeah, he's not expecting you to suddenly come barging in. So you punch him in the face and then realise that Juna is slightly on fire to your left, and the little dragon thing, Orryn's dragon thing, is facing her to your right, and you're stood between the two of them.
Oh.
It is... They're dead. Dahlia's turn.
Dead.
So Dahlia, having seen a glimpse of her dead husband, Enkidu, turns to you, pulls her little dagger out, and just lunges. Tears streaming even more from her face, having failed to resurrect her family, and now having her last surviving family member dead on the floor, and she completely misses.
I feel bad for her.
It is your turn.
You made your choices. You know what led you here. These are the consequences.
Yeah.
Two-handed strike with a longsword.
Oh, God. I love you.
17 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
It's 5 points of slashing damage.
That's actually all it takes to take her down. Yeah. You get her in in the side of the shoulder, and she slumps into the wall, slides right the way down as you pull your sword out. Just tears are streaming down her face,
David, stop.
bleeding out a little bit. She just breathes and just sort of sits there for a while and slowly stops breathing.
Well, I made my choice as well. And I take my full range of movement as far across the garden as I can.
So you take a quick run across the garden. The garden is again quite quiet and peaceful if you ignore the dead bodies that are scattered around the place.
Smell of burning.
The smell of burning. It is Lady Vondelle's turn. She is going to, having seen Gwendolyn run in as well, she is going to take half a step back toward the table and then just scream loudly, looking at you, Gwendolyn. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
What's she doing?
12.
Everyone in the room hears her scream, but for you, it ricochets around the inside of your skull all the more, and you take 15 points of psychic damage.
What?
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so I drop to the ground and then groggily get up with just 1 hit point of bouncing back.
That was a lovely little mind spike that you just received. And the headache lingers. Even having gotten back up, there's a lingering headache there. It is Trimpt's turn. He looks between Gwendolyn and Juna, having both in front of him, and swings for Gwendolyn
Oh, you're kidding me.
with 18.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh my
That
god.
hits. 3 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, I'm out.
As like, sort of seeing you having dropped a little bit, takes the opportunity to like sink his sword just into your chest.
Just for the listeners, I always knew he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Scumbag.
There is an expression of sort of worry, sort of, about the whole situation, but he does it anyway. As you sort of slump to the floor, he pulls his sword out, turns to look at Juna, and Juna, it is your turn.
So first of all, it's my turn. So Lady Vondelle takes some more witchy damage.
Oh, yeah.
Cool, which means that she has to make a concentration check on...
Is that what she has to do?
Yeah, because so it's 5 points of lightning damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
So she takes that, and then because she's taken damage, she makes a concentration check and fails. She only rolled a 3. So, Orryn, as you're under the table having just shocked Gaius, you are very much yourself again. And like, you know that you don't have to defend the table and none of that. That you could do what you want.
Thank goodness, because I had a dragon pointing at Gwen.
Yeah. What does Gwen look like?
Gwendolyn looks like she could be dead. But you still have your bonus action, so I don't know whether or not you've got any...
Do you have healing word?
I don't have healing word. I can't cast spells as a bonus action because I've done my sorcery points.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I'm gonna just look at Gwen and just say, Gwen, you're gonna be all right. Trying to be as convincing as she can, because that's all she can do for Gwen.
It is Gaius's turn.
He's just seen Orryn's eyes flare up and then come back to being his usual self. He's seen Gwen go down. He's seen the things happening with Juna, and he just, damn, finally just goes, right, we gotta do this. Pulls out the long sword from behind him,
Finally.
That he's never used.
holds it against the table, and stands up as hard as he can. So hopefully driving it upwards through the table.
Can't miss. Hopefully you can't miss this, mate.
Make an attack roll.
Depends on how strong it is to get through it.
Oh, yeah.
Attack roll, okay.
Obviously you're colliding with it, but it's more about whether or not you can get through the wood and the magic in the table.
Here we go. It's a 3.
3. No, so you go to push up, and the sword does embed itself a little bit, but then it's a really thick table, so you sort of wiggle the sword around, try and pull it out again, it's a little bit stuck, and then, you sit back down, pull the sword out again. It's left a small groove on the bottom side of the table, but...
Okay. He's just going to turn to Orryn and go, I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea how to use this thing. I just picked it up in a card game. I don't know what. God damn it.
Are you going to do anything else?
I don't think there's anything I can do other than...
You're going to stand up?
He's just going to say, Orryn, it's up to you, buddy. And he will, slide out of the table and, get right in Lady Vondelle's face.
So you sort of stand up, take a slow walk around the table so that you come face to face with Lady Vondelle.
Yeah.
Sword in hand. It is Orryn's turn.
As he's come to and he's taking a look around him and seeing what's going on, and he's going to look over at Lady Vondelle, who put him under the influence and tried to make him hurt his friends, and he's going to direct the dragon to move sort of 5 foot towards Lady Vondelle and blast her with some fire damage, please.
That is 12.
That is
altogether.
a fail.
Oh, yeah.
So she'll take a whole 5 points of fire damage.
That is more than enough.
Oh my god.
And her robes catch fire. She starts flailing about, and much like her sister before her, crumples to the ground in a fiery heap. Trimp does not look very happy at the situation.
Whoa.
Lets out a primal scream. What are you doing? Anything else in your turn, Orryn?
Yes. Gwendolyn's on the floor, and Trimp is standing up, and I can't deal with Gwendolyn. I can't get to her. I can't get to her in this turn.
Am I allowed to say anything as a free action?
Absolutely, yeah.
Orryn, the table. Do what you did before.
I didn't do it. What did I do to the table before?
If I could turn back time. Maybe.
That's a terrible idea. That is an awful
Think about
idea.
that
I don't wanna do
before
this
we
again.
recorded this episode, whether I wanted to use the table.
Well, you're stood face to face with it, Orryn.
Oh, the temptation.
Oh my gosh.
But I can't turn back time. That's not how the table works.
No.
I can only
As far as you.
try something.
As far as we know.
I can only try.
But you end up at the point
Is there
of
a
when
self-destruct button?
you'd end up back in the battle, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
I'll just
You'd
end up back here
at the
again.
point
Like
at which
here
you first
again,
touched
yeah.
the table.
Just-
Yeah, you'd end up at this point.
No,
So it would be pretty shit.
nope, I'm not doing. I like the thought.
Sorry, I talked you out of that.
Fair enough. No, I just thought of it last minute, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't turn back
You
time.
do you, buddy. You do you.
He's going to pull out a vial, which he's going to throw down on the floor in front of him. And a thunderous wave of energy is going to emerge from the vial towards the table. Thunder wave. And cast Thunder Wave against the table. I don't know if it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Well, it'd be a 0 for a,
So
for a table.
It fails because it's a table. So I'm assuming
table.
it takes some damage. If it's is it a creature? I don't know.
No, it's an object.
Well, I have done 10 points of thunder damage. Up to you whether the
Ooh.
table takes that or not.
Yes, it does.
Awesome. And a creature would be pushed 10 foot away from me.
So the table does get, especially if you're dropping the vial on the underside of the table,
Yeah.
this explosion that ricochets out, it blasts the table upwards, and everything that Gaius had been trying to do in flipping this table happens. This thing goes spiraling upwards, away from you, into the corner of the room. And you can see that as it crashes to the ground again, there are these silvery streaks of light that are like glancing off of it from different angles. One of the rings is like half broken off, but the table is still largely intact.
Okay, I've made a start, and can I start moving a little bit towards Gwen, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's me done.
It is Gwendolyn's turn.
Time for me to roll a death save. I've never done this before.
We've had so many natural ones tonight.
That's a 3.
That's one fail. It's all right. You've still got...
Still got 2 more, right?
2 to go. Just don't roll a natural one next time, yeah?
Exactly.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Didn't say
It's
that.
Enkidu's turn now, so... Enkidu, I'm assuming back in the garden you're going to carry on your
Yeah.
charging forwards.
Straight in.
So you're close enough that you manage to get right the way across the garden through the door, and as you come through the door, you see Gwendolyn bleeding out on the floor in front of you. You also see trimped over her body, Juna to one side, Orryn's dragon statue as well is almost directly in your way.
So I run in, heaving out of breath, and I take everything in, and I look at Gwen, and I look at Juna, and I look at Tripped, I look at Gwen again, and I say to him, "There aren't any last words for you." Slash him with this long sword.
Make your attack roll.
Nasty.
That is a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits. Note to self, never piss Enkidu off.
5 points of slashing magical damage.
Nice. So, seeing you barge in, he does try to defend himself, but your sword just glances off of his in just that brief moment. But you manage to parry under and skewer him. He is still standing, but he is looking hurt. And especially now that he can see his mother's burnt up, and all of you, apart from Gwendolyn, are rounding on him. And he's got no escape from this room either. He is going to turn and run to the table.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Which Juna
yeah.
and Enkidu, that does mean he's leaving your space. So if you wanted to
Yep.
use your reactions for anything.
Absolutely.
And the little dragons as well, isn't it?
Unfortunately, the dragon doesn't have a reaction.
Oh,
Thanks for thinking of the little dragon. It appreciates it.
he needs a name.
Oh my gosh. Does 13 hit him?
13 does not hit him,
Oh
unfortunately.
wait, bardic inspiration. That's a 6. So 13 plus
Yeah,
6.
19.
19,
Yes.
yeah. 19 hits him. Oh,
Yes.
he's dying now. That's another 5 points.
Another 5 points. He still looks hurt, but he is still standing. Just.
Come on, Juna.
Juna.
Come on, Juna.
As he runs
Come on, Juna.
past, she just roundhouses him with her quarterstaff.
Amazing. Make your attack roll.
22 to hit.
Definitely hits. Yes.
I need to roll damage, don't I? Oh. 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
So yeah, again, you like crack him in the back of the leg as he runs, and it trips him a little bit so that he stumbles into the desk, but he carries on going. And as he is down by the table, he's gonna try to use it,
You're kidding me.
Oh, please.
but he is not a magic user, so he doesn't know what he's doing.
Order.
He's just sat there, these arcane bits of light dancing off of it, and he just tries like pushing that broken bit of dial back onto it and starts trying to turn it as much as he can, but nothing is happening in the corner. It is Juna's turn.
I am going to turn back away from the ridiculousness of Trimt trying to be a magic user, and I know he's not, towards Gwen, and I am going to just put my hands on Gwen and cast Cure Wounds at level 2, because it's the only spell slot I've got left, so I could do this, right, when she's on death saving throws?
Yeah. It wakes it up.
Oh, for fuck's sake! 2 lots of 1s. I got 2 dice. So you've got 2 hit points. Sorry, Gwen.
But she's not dead.
My best.
It's all right. She's awake.
Yeah.
And she's not dead.
She's not dead.
I'm not dead. Yeah, I'll take 2 hit points over not being dead.
You could have had 16, but you only got 2. Sorry.
Oh, that is brutal.
Oh dear.
I just splutter a bit and just cough up some blood.
Why is it always Gwen?
Yeah.
I wasn't even like full on running into the fray that time.
This time, no.
You were just taking on a
die,
whole
though.
room of enemies by yourself. It's fine.
Are you doing anything with your bonus action, Juna?
I don't have a bonus action.
Cool. In which case it is Gaius's turn.
Actually, no, sorry. I can move, can't I?
You can move, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go round and not engage with Trimt, but stay near him.
So yeah, you edge around to the other end of the desk and just watch as he's like struggling on the floor. It is Gaius's turn.
Gaius is going to, you can see the Gwen's up, so he's going to sprint towards the table before Trimt can do anything further, and he's going to like squeeze himself right against the wall in between where the wall and the table is, and he's going to do his last little like, let's do the time warp again, and he's going to do a thunder wave. So basically the table's going to hopefully hit the Trimt.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
So, Juna,
Yeah.
because Trimt would move 10 feet back as well at this point. Juna, you just watch as this little explosion of like sound and wave and energy just blasts out from Gaius. The table goes flipping into Trimt, who goes barreling back into you, knocking you down to the floor. But what's probably worse is that the as the table does explode up, there is a massive explosion of silvery energy that just ricochets through the room. And all of you go blind.
What?
It is that bright. The entire room is filled with this silvery white light. And then you start seeing things. You can't see anyone else, but there are images and glimpses of yourselves. Orryn, you see Gaius, and you know it's Gaius because you're stood in his position, and you are Gaius, but you're young, and you're at a party, and everyone's celebrating, and you've just finished singing, and your mother's there, and she's like, you see that? He's cast a spell on all of us. He's making there's a making a greatness in you, my beautiful boy.
Guys, Mum is shit. Oh my god.
That is 100% canon. Dave has to do a Cher impression every time he does my mum.
Cher is totally an elf.
Yeah.
Oh, she definitely
She
is.
definitely is.
Gwendolyn, as you're stood there, what you see is you're actually kneeling with 4 other robed figures, and you're looking around and you know that you're Enkidu, and you know that you're at the foot of the bed of the king, who has just woken up, very panicked that you're in his room. Gaius, you're sat quite happily on a canal. You're just dipping your toes into the water, your little gnomish toes. You've got an unopened letter on your lap. You know that it's from Ginger, because of the way she's curled the J for Juna. You know that, it's quite a nice letter, so you're not rushing to read it, but it's quite nice to have, just on your lap. Enkidu, you are kicking the shit out of a wooden chest. You are very angry. Your skirts are riding up, but you don't give a shit. You're just like, fuck. You turn around, and your father is stood there. Gwendolyn's father, you know. He's leaning against a door frame of his workshop, and he just says very calmly, he just says, there are other ways of opening that. And Juna, you find yourself running along icy rooftops. From your hands, from the way you know that this is Orryn, and you are desperate to get away. You're being chased. And you leap from rooftop to rooftop, and then suddenly, out of the side, one of your pursuers barges into you, and you go flying off of the roof. For a brief moment, falling feels like flying anyway. And as you are falling backwards, all of you just come back to the room. But it's different. Everything is shifting slightly. You watch as the arcane energy from this table is just pulsing out. And as you watch, Lady Vondelle is stood there. She's fine. And then she's dead again. Trimpt is on the other side of the room. And the table is back where it is. And then suddenly they're back on the floor again. And then Kral is there. And then he's not there. And then he is there. And then he's not. So in initiative order, Orryn, it's your turn. Can you roll a d12, please?
12.
What?
9.
A 9. You can't remember when or how, but you know that you were grievously wounded in this fight. You're on 1 hit point.
Fuck.
What are you doing? You can feel yourself bleeding out. You're damaged.
Have I still got my spell slots, etc.?
Yep, all of that's the same.
1 hit point. So reaching into my pouch to try and hang on to my last bit of life that I've got, spending my final spell slot, I'm going to pull out my bees and put them on myself to try and stabilize myself.
Mm-hmm.
Does it work?
Yeah.
I get 9 points of health.
9. Cool. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
What can I see around me?
So at the moment, it's almost back to everything as it was for you. Lady Vondelle is burning on the floor. Trimpt has just been blown across the room. The table next to him is still pulsing out with energy.
The table's still pulsing.
Mm-hmm.
And my dragon, is it still there?
The dragon's still there?
Can my dragon get to within 15 foot of the table?
Yeah, just. Yeah, if it moves toward Lady Vondelle's body, then it's at a nice diagonal.
Could it get the table in a 15-foot cone, or would it get other people as well?
It would also get Juna.
Okay, it's just going to move towards the table.
Yeah, so it's edging its way over. At the end of your turn, you realise even though that the bees are working away on you, you weren't at 1 hit point at all. Like, you weren't that damaged. You were absolutely fine. You're back to you were as if you hadn't been wounded. I'll still let you keep the healing. Essentially add that to whatever your hit points were beforehand.
I was fully healed. I was fine.
Cool. Next, it is Gwendellyn. Gwendellyn, it's your turn. Can you roll a d12, please?
Oh my god.
8.
Kral is stood over Orryn's body, and Orryn is dead on the floor.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I am throwing my spear at Kral.
Cool, make an attack roll.
I've just got a feeling it's going to land on me.
9 points. So it doesn't hit. It's not points.
9 points of hit.
No, it doesn't hit.
Unfortunately. 9 points of hit damage.
And all of them miss.
I don't understand time word
Yeah,
stuff.
so the spear goes across the room and Kral just smiles at you in that thin little smile that he has, steps to one side, and it implants itself in the bookshelf behind him. Are you doing anything else?
I'm running towards him and I'm roundhouse kicking him.
Make an attack roll.
That's 18 to hit.
18 hits, yes. Roll the damage.
6 points of damage.
6 points, yeah, so you do collide with him. As you're running over, and he just says, I'm gonna have to kill you properly, Gwen.
It's Gwendellyn, actually.
Enkidu, it's your turn. Roll a d12, please.
It's a 5.
A 5. Kral was never by Orryn. Orryn is stood up. He's fine. He's not dead. Kral is over by the divination table, which is back where it was, back on his plinth. And he's just slightly adjusting it. It's your turn.
I run over to him, and as I'm running, I pull out the scimitar as well. So I've got 2 blades in my hands.
Scimitar. Amazing.
And I'm taking 2 swipes. First with the longsword.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
That is 9 points of slashing magical damage.
Oh, amazing. So, yeah, you slice up and he sort of stumbles back away from the table. And then with your offhand weapon?
Yeah, the scimitar, it's a straight roll. That is a 19 to hit.
Also hits, yeah.
And that is 5 points of slashing damage.
Another 5 points. Yes, lad. Yeah, so where he stumbled, you managed to, swipe up with your other sword. It is Juna's turn. Juna, can you roll a d12, please?
2.
As you stand up, even though you are absolutely certain that Gaius had just cast a thunder wave behind the table, you stand up and he is not stood there at all. He's on the other side of the room, and Gwendellyn is stood where he was. And in your head, you're like, oh, right, yeah, because Gwendellyn ran over and flipped the table. That's what happened this time, right? What are you doing?
Let me get this straight. Guy flips the table, shit gets weird.
Yep.
I see Orryn's past, and then suddenly it's Gwen who's flipped the table, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what's happened.
Yeah. You're not sure necessarily which now you're witnessing. And having a look at the room, you convince yourself that, oh yeah, Gwendolyn had run over and flipped the table.
Where is the
That's what
table?
happened. It is on the floor next to Trim.
I think I'm going to go for the table.
Yeah, it's still letting out this pulse of energy. So you step around Trimpt, who's unconscious on the floor. Make an attack roll.
Don't have.
Or whatever it is you want to do.
I.
Are we back in cantrip world?
We're very much in cantrip land. She's gonna just go for it with her quarterstaff, I think. Like, just try and, like, stab the table.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
So, that is a 6, but she's gonna look inside her mind's eye and remember back to her sort of training as a kid. And I've just realised today that she's favoured of the gods, which I've never used.
Ooh,
so I can add 2d4 to that total to see if that hits.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Give it a go, see how that goes. It's a very low roll, so it might not make a difference. Yeah, 8.
That's 2 ones.
Highly favoured.
Oh, yeah.
Highly favoured. So, interestingly, as you sort of slam down your staff onto the table, it almost triggers another explosion of light just in your face, and you find that you're not in that room at all. You find yourself stood in front of a red tiefling woman. You look down and, yep, you're definitely in Enkidu currently. And you look over at another charming young man next to you, and you get the impression that you have trespassed into this woman's business, but that she's quite impressed with that. And then you're back in the room. Have you got a bonus action?
No. So that did no good to the helping to destroy the table at all.
No, it just
Okay.
triggered something else.
But you learned about Enkidu.
It is Gaius' turn. Can you roll a d12, please?
Rolling.
We're rolling.
This is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
This is
David, once again, you are a
awesome.
genius.
Yeah.
12.
12. As you find yourself on the other side of the room. And again, you're not entirely sure. You're like, okay, maybe I didn't flip the table. You remember coming over and maybe trying to hit Kral instead? You find everything in the room is moving just fast for you. And you are moving very slowly. So you're essentially under the effect of the slow spell.
Okay.
Oh.
So for the slow spell, your speed is halved. You take a -2 penalty to your armor and dexterity saves, and you can't use reactions. You can either use an action or a bonus action, but not both.
Am I within 15 feet of the table?
No, so you can move to within 15 feet of it, but it is 20 feet away from you.
In that case, then I am going to. Who's the closest to the table? It seems it's Juna and Gwen.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do then is I'll slowly go towards the table, thinking I could go faster than I actually am doing. And I can see that Gwen and Juna are, just standing there breathing, but for me it feels like they're vibrating within my vision. And I will just try my best to strum as fast as I can. My arm feels tired, but I'm just literally playing one string at a time as I go blink, blink, blink. But my intent is that I'm bardically inspiring Gwen.
Yeah.
All I can hear is blink, blink, blink.
Oh, does it work though? Are you even on the same timeline for it to work? I don't
No, it's alright, Gwendolyn, you still get the inspiration.
Yes! Stop trying to take my bardic inspiration away from me.
Stop
helping the DM. Whose side do you want?
Yes, in which case it is Orryn's turn. Orryn, you are not dead, you are not hurt. You're very confused as to the current state of your being. Can you roll a d12, please?
9.
A 9? No, you are hurt. You're back down to 1 hit point. You know that. You know that you were hurt. Even though you've tried healing yourself, you were certain that somebody stabbed you in the gut. So you're on 1 hit point again.
Oh, I'm unable to heal myself any further. I'm next to my dragon, is that right?
You're next to your dragon. Lady Vondelle's body is there. Kral is stood up on the plinth, but the table keeps darting between where he stood and over.
Where's the table at the moment?
It's over on the floor where it exploded.
And it looks physical again. It looks like it's
Yeah, it looks broken, but it is pulsing out this energy.
not broken enough. Question. Would I be able to pick up my dragon?
Yeah, I think so.
It's small.
You'd then move at half speed, but yeah.
So if I picked up my dragon, moved 15 feet, put it down, would it then be able to get within blasting range of the table?
Yes.
If I sort of moved.
I can see what you're trying to
let's
do.
do that.
So you're sort of
So
like-
I'll use my action to sort of pick up, limping over, trying not to bleed out, thinking I'm about to plonk over, and then pop the dragon down on the floor and send it towards the table with what I think might be one of my last actions on this earth. and get it to blast towards the table, please.
Yeah. So yeah, it would catch Trimp's body, but all of your allies are safe at least.
Bonus.
Sorry, Trimp's body. Oh man. But he's only unconscious at the moment, is he?
Yeah, he's only unconscious. He's not dead.
Oh.
You don't know that. You don't know that. Juna's the only one that knows that.
Yeah, fine. So as far as I know, there's a dead body on the floor.
Yeah.
Cool. It's not cool, but yeah.
So again,
Blast
the
towards
body and the table would fail any dexterity saving throws. So
the body and the table will both take 8 points of fire damage, please.
8 points of fire damage. Amazing. You can see Trimp's body catches on fire. So does the table. And the pulsing stops, but the shifting doesn't. And Crowl turns his attention to you, Orryn. And you are not at 1 hit point. You're back at full hit points. And it is Gwen's turn.
A 10.
10. Even though for a brief moment you thought you were attacking Crowl, and then you were certain that you were flipping the table. Now you're not sure if either of those things happened because you are stood at the other end of the room. And you're like, oh, right, I came around this way to help Juna. Maybe. What are you doing?
What else can I see? Like, is anything else seem particularly different?
Not currently, no. You've just seen Orryn's little dragon thing blast fire at Trimp's body and the table is now on fire and it's stopping the pulsing, but...
I threw my spear at Crowl. Is my spear still, like, in Crowl, or do I have my spear back?
So the spear is in the bookshelf at the moment.
Bookshelf? The one on the opposite side of the room to me?
The opposite side of the room, yeah.
Okay, I think that's too far away. I think I'm going to go to the table, and as I'm going, I'm running up onto the desk in the room so that I can take a jump going off the desk and try and smash down on the table and just hope that me, like, going through it is going to do something.
First up, make an acrobatics check.
Oh, shit.
Just to see how slick that is.
That is 17.
Oh, yeah. So it's actually very slick.
Fuck yeah.
You jump up onto this table, rush across it, fly through the air, make your attack roll.
Come on, I've got really nice Victorian button boots and they've got heavy heels. And that's a natural 1.
No! So you do collide with the table. You go crashing into it. You're going to take 1 point of piercing damage as the wood crumbles beneath you.
Oh yeah, she only has 2 hit points.
And like a shard of it just like jabs into you and you like fall prone on the floor essentially. But the table, as you're stood in the wreckage of it, the table is broken. The shifting is, like I say, still kind of happening. And you look over to Crowl and you can see that the shifting, pulsing energy is slightly coming from him now.
I shout, "Get Crowl!"
It is Enkidu's turn.
Roll a d12. That's an 8.
8 does not hit, unfortunately.
Wait.
Oh no, sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. Say that again.
What?
That's an 8. All right, 8.
Time is so confusing.
No.
Kralovin appears behind you, and Gaius is dead at his feet. You remember rushing over because he's just cast some spell on Gaius, and there was a horrible expression on his face, and then your friend dropped. And so you were rushing over to help him, maybe?
I guess. Maybe. I'm confused, but I know how important it is that Crowl is gone and dealt with. And I let out this primal roar seeing that Gaius is dead in front of me and I couldn't help him. And I will Hexblade curse Crowl.
Amazing.
And then still take 2 swipes at him with my swords. First with the longsword. It's a 7 to hit.
It does not hit, unfortunately. As you sort of stumble over the bodies of Gaius and Lady Vondelle to get to Crowl, you just swing wide.
Gosh. Second one. That's just as bad as an 8.
8, no. And again, he's sort of expecting this attack from you. He's got quite a sly smile and he just goes, "Enkidu, we've been through this. If you just let your nasty friend out, this will be fine." It is then his turn. He is going to roll a d12. And he and Gwendellyn are in different places. Gaius, for a brief moment, you thought you were dead. And you're not dead because Gwendellyn and Enkidu were stood right there with you. You're like, it's fine.
I had a horrible dream.
Juna, however, Crowl appears in front of you.
Oh, it's still here.
And he just leans down slightly. He goes, "I'm just going to fix this guy. Don't mind me."
No!
Starts muttering a few words and Trimp half on fire, just climbs up
Oh my god.
and faces you down, Juna.
Oh my gosh.
It is now Trimp's turn.
Oh, I wonder
So he
what
is
Trent
going-
is going to do.
He's going to make a swing at you, Juna. However, he, being a zombified Trimp, does not hit you. So he lumbers his sword up, swings it with a very loose arm, but you just take a quick step back. It is your turn, Juna.
Trent or Crow. Trent or Crow. I am going to go for Crow because he's the bigger. Do I have to roll a d12? Sorry.
Yes, roll a d12, please.
11.
11. Everything around you suddenly starts moving really slowly. Really slowly. And you feel really energetic and really fast.
I, Vicky, can't really tap into that feeling. Could you describe what it means to have quite good energy?
So essentially, you're under the effect of the haste spell, which means that your speed is doubled. You gain +2 to your armor. You have advantage on your dex saves. And you get to take an extra action.
Fuck yeah!
You can't cast a spell with it, but you can dash, disengage, hide, use an object, or make one weapon attack.
Cool.
So essentially, you've got 2 actions and a bonus action to use.
I'm going to whack-a-mole Crow with my quarter staff.
Cool. Amazing. Yeah, make an attack.
Because she's super energy, she just sort of grabs her staff with both of her hands, kind of shakes it above her head, and normally she does stuff with the bottom end, but this time she's gonna almost turn it the other way, go boom, boom, boom on Crow.
I'm sort of picturing Sand People from A New Hope.
Yeah,
I will take that.
Yeah, make your attack roll.
So the first one is 16.
16 hits.
9 damage, bludgeoning.
9
Nice.
damage. And Crow looks at you, and he's like the first whack on his head, he's like, Juna, this is not how things are supposed to go if it's going right. Come on.
Oh no.
You can make another attack.
Can I just for flavour look, and because I'm moving with haste, just say, now I know what you were talking about that time when you said that in other times I attack you, and I'm bloody glad I am. And then then she swings for him and completely misses because she's distracted by the witty banter. I'm assuming a 6 doesn't hit.
6 does not hit, unfortunately. No. Yeah, do you have a bonus action?
I don't. Can I just try and punch him?
With your offhand attack, yeah, I'll say that you can. There'll be nothing added to it beyond the roll, and it'll only be a 1 hit point. But
Cool. 7.
7, no. All riled up. You're you start swinging your stick and then you're just lashing out, and it's like you've taken some energy drink that you're Gaius, it's your turn. Can you roll a d12, please?
D12 rolled. It's a 1.
Enkidu is not there. You don't ever remember Enkidu joining you.
Ever. I don't even know he
What
exists.
happens if it pauses?
You don't know.
Well, this
no.
is
Well,
the
you
case?
do know. You know that you're I thought, but then you have a very clear memory of just meeting Juna and Orryn in the knocking point.
Oh.
You've got 2 sets of memories. The entire set with Enkidu being involved in everything, and the entire set where it was just the 4 of you.
Guy puts his head in his hand, looks up, sees Crowl, and just sword in hand. Instead, whips out his knife with his other hand and jabs at his face.
Amazing. Wait, at Crow's face.
At Crowl's face.
That's your own. So yeah, you rush over. Make your attacks.
Make my attack. That's going to be an 18.
18 hits. Yeah.
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. As especially he's having witty banter with Juna. He's not expecting you to suddenly dart around and attack you. And you're going to make an offhand attack as well with your dagger. Is that right?
No, I was attacking with the dagger.
My apologies.
Rather than the sword. I've just got the sword in hand. I'm not very good with the sword. He's sort of carrying it around like a really heavy glove, but he's just swinging with his dagger.
So yeah, you do manage to get Crowl across the cheek, and he is clearly hurt. It's weird, as his skin sort of falls back, it is almost necrotic and putrefied underneath. And he frowns and glares at you guys. It is Orryn's turn.
Okay, roll a d12, yeah?
Roll a d12.
10.
10. You find yourself at the other end of the room. You're fairly certain for this entire fight you've just stood back and sent your dragon around.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Safer back here. So, taking cue from what he knows he's been doing the whole fight, he's going to send the dragon a little bit further up the room so it can line up the undead Trimps and Crowl. and fire towards them. Dex saves, please.
Dex saves. So it is a natural 20 from Kral,
Yeah, well, that saves.
who, of course, as the dragon's moving over, he just takes a very slow step backwards to avoid most of the damage. But, of course, leaves Zombie Trimpt in the way.
So Kral takes 2 damage and Zombie Trimp takes 4.
Amazing. Kral is not looking that healthy, though. Even though, like, with this bit of fire, like, the rest of his flesh is starting to, like, ash away.
So seeing that and taking up my position where I can have I got a reasonably clear shot at Kral from where I am?
It's quite crowded. You've got Gwendellyn and Juna in the way, and Zombie Trimpt a little bit.
Kind of squidge up a little bit to give myself a clearer shot.
Yeah, you could definitely
Get out there and find myself somewhere where I can aim a shot down and fire my welding torch of firebolts from here. Going,
Cool.
Yes, good idea. Stay back. Stay out of the main bit of the fight. Yeah, go and be up close.
make an attack roll.
Yeah, that's terrible. 11.
11 does not hit, unfortunately. You managed to catch the rest of that dragon that you hit earlier, the dragon statue thing.
Okay, good. Just in case it comes to life.
It is Gwendolyn's turn.
That's a 7 on my D12.
Kral is stood behind Enkidu, who has reappeared, but Kral has got his hand on Enkidu's shoulder and is casting Inflict Wounds on the poor boy. So, let's make a quick attack roll. 17. Does that hit you, Enkidu?
Oh, can I cast shield as a reaction?
You can, yeah.
Cool, so that's a +5 to my AC, bringing it to 19.
Oh, very nice. In which case, as you feel this necrotic energy start seeping through his touch, you just turn, shield up, and for a brief moment, you think you can see Cal just stepping in, just to protect you. And there's like this image of him, hulking half-orc guy, just briefly bursting out of you, and then it's gone. Gwendolyn, what are you doing?
Okay, I am going to throw a dart into Kral's face.
Amazing.
I'm not going to throw a dart. It misses and it joins my spear in the bookcase, but I am going to spend... Oh, I've got Bardic Inspiration. That's not going to make a difference, though, to a 2. Right. So they're both in the bookcase, and so Gwendolyn runs round to be close next to Kral, and she is going to instead use her fists, and she's going to spend a key point to use Flurry of Blows, so she gets 2 hits of him, and she's going to go round with one fist. She's going to jab into his jaw, and then she's going to hook under into his stomach with a second fist.
Amazing. Make your attack rolls.
Maybe. She's maybe going to do. Natural 20.
Yeah!
Hey.
Natural 20 for the first, which... Oh, wait a minute. If I crit on an attack, then that means I get more damage, right?
From being an orc, savage attacker, being a half-orc.
Yes, I do. Yeah, on critical hit with a melee weapon attack.
I'm going to say this counts.
Okay.
Because for a monk, at least, I feel like your fists are your melee weapons.
So after doubling my dice as usual, I can roll another weapon damage dice to add to the total. So basically I'm doing 3 damage.
3 damage dice. Or 1 doubled and then another one on top.
Okay, so my doubled one is 8 and then 6 on top of that. So that is 14.
Nice.
So 14 damage, and I've still got my second hit to the stomach.
Go.
Which is an 18. Well, it's 18 plus 5, so it's 23. My natural 20 was plus 5, by the way, guys. Just so you know. And that is 4. So I'm excited.
Do you want your Bardic Inspiration?
No, I'll save it just in case. Okay, that is 7 points of damage.
Amazing. To be honest, the first hit is so perfectly placed that he goes stumbling back and collapses onto the floor, so that the second one, as you like lean up over him, like just whack him in the face, his head like cracks backward into the stone, and he's just sort of like breathing quite heavily, just there on the floor for a brief moment. Is there any other way that you'd like to help him die?
Your fixing days are over, and she slowly pushes her boot into his face.
Yeah! There's the briefest of like maybe next time then. You just feel your boot crunch into his head.
Ugh.
And the moment it has, like, everything in the room calms down. Zombie Trimpt collapses where he stood. The feeling of everything shifting slightly stops. All those vibrations throughout the room just relax. And as you remove your boot, you watch as Kralovin's body just starts crumbling away until his skin goes limp, until there's nothing left beyond cloth over bone and a pile of gloop.
Gwen sinks to the floor because she's fucking exhausted and only has 1 hit point.
Jeez.
And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Wow. We killed it. We somehow killed him.
Oh my
And
god.
everyone
You did it,
else.
guys.
Everyone
you
else.
murdered
That place is
everyone.
the bloodbath.
Everyone's dead. We've killed everyone. We're really terrible people.
Jazana and Oskin are fine. They're hiding in
Oh
the kitchen.
no, they're on my
somewhere.
hit list next.
You have been listening to David Knight as your Dungeon Master, Ben Galpin as Orryn, Chris Watts as Gaius, Darrel Bailey as Enkidu, Grace Kelly Miller as Gwendellyn, and Vicky Gaskin as Juna. Original music by David Knight. Please tell your friends, subscribe, and follow us on all the social media. Thank you for listening to No Small Roles. Anon for now.
Anan!